Set fire. You can smell gasoline as we approach.
Somebody shot bullets at the building and then threw a bottle of gasoline, which created a fire on the first floor. It went up to all floors in the fire building and then communicated to the exposure floor side, which is the building to the left. So we have most of it under control right now, but we're still having problems extinguishing all the fire in the original fire building.
Yeah, Tony, come over there. All right, I'm right here.
The nature of deliberately set fires makes them more difficult to put out than naturally occurring ones. With gasoline fires, the flames spread much more swiftly, burning significantly 500 degrees hotter, a much deadlier situation.
He shot a gun and he threw a Molotov at you. Who was it? Spanish guy? Black guy? Black guy? Black guy?
Yeah.
You had a fight with him? You threw him out of the store?
No.
No, you ain't never seen him before.
Rumors are being spread of a homemade bomb that was used, known as a Molotov cocktail. This cheap gasoline-based bomb is unfortunately highly effective. Because gas is so extremely combustible, any kind of spark or electrical short can cause a fire to ignite instantly. There is no room for shortcuts when it comes to firefighting. Firefighters know very well that every room, every wall, and every ceiling must be checked out for hidden flames. By taking extreme precaution, the entire structure has to be completely vented and thoroughly soaked so that hidden embers cannot dry out and reignite the wood. Homes with aluminum siding can literally become an oven, keeping the heat sealed tightly inside. This siding also masks any hidden fires that could be lurking underneath it. Like a cigarette smoldering on a couch for hours, suddenly it will ignite.
Well, I came in over the voice alarm, and as it was coming in, the owner of the store was banging on our front door. He came over with a car and said his store was on fire. My bodega was on fire. So we responded out. We were a block and a half away. When we turned the corner on Hopkinson and Chauncey, we couldn't see the street. The fire was banked down, a lot of smoke. It was a lot of gasoline as we started entering the store. And as we started knocking the fire down, you could smell a heavy presence of gasoline inside the store. It's definitely a set fire. You can smell gasoline as we approach. This is like the fourth bodega fire we've had in the last 2 months. So something's going on around here. Oh, I don't know. Could be arson, who knows. Until they investigate, we will not.
One of the many responsibilities of a fire marshal is to investigate suspicious fires. In addition to being an armed official, having all the powers of the police and expert knowledge of firefighting and fires, fire marshals can also arrest suspects, book them, arraign them, conduct grand jury presentations, and ultimately indict the perpetrator if he thinks there is enough evidence.
We just got here, we just arrived, and we got an indication that's an incendiary fire. Looks like it was intentionally set. The place was open for business at the time. It's unusual to have this volume of fire at this time, so it's a preliminary investigation. At this point, we don't have anything. We just arrived on the scene. We're trying to locate the manager who was in the store and ascertain from the first 2 units. Engine Company 233 was the first to arrive on the scene. It was a heavy volume of fire when they got here. That's the information we have at this point, and we have to proceed from there.
Firefighters send over a man who was working at the bodega when the gun incident was said to have occurred. This man only speaks Spanish, and a young man who is bilingual interprets for the fire marshal.
It was numerous rescues and people in danger upon our arrival. There's a lot of fire, a lot of smoke. It was a pretty tough fire at the beginning. What I'm doing now, I'm going to try to look for this gentleman's money.
There's always a potential for a high injury for civilians at this type of thing, especially the later hours, because if they're sleeping and they're not woken up by the smoke, they can succumb to mortal injury.